I wanted to show you this waterscape by Claude Monet. And here I am zooming in, and I love it because it kind of reminds us again of the texture that we're going to be creating by using these short, quick brush strokes. And I wanted you to be able to see that Claude Monet really did use different colors, that if you were going to be a little color detective, you could go through there and you could spot all the different brush strokes that he used and the different colors that he used, and even that he included those sometimes in the water to create a reflection. Also wanted you to see his signature in the corner there. Now when you sit down, you're going to take a crayon out of our table bin, and you have to decide where you're going to put your horizon line. I did mine straight across, kind of near the bottom. And on these idea sheets, I have a whole bunch of Claude Monet's paintings, along with kind of a quick sketch on the back. You have to decide what kind of landform you are going to have. I chose to have two of these kind of mountains off in the distance. You don't have to have any landform at all. You could have big mountains, you could have a little hill, you can have rocks, you can have some rocks in the foreground, you can have them way in the background. Totally up to you. Once you've made your plan of where your horizon line and your land forms are, the next thing is to begin painting. Please, oh please, oh please don't ask me if you can move your paper to go sit next to a different color scheme. The answer is yes, of course. If you don't like the color scheme at your table, move. Take your ballerina brush and your paper and move. So I'm now sitting at this color scheme. I wasn't planning on making my water purple, but all of a sudden I kind of thought, why not? So you're going to notice that I'm doing these little dabby, 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 short, quick brush strokes. I'm dipping my tip of my ballerina brush into the paint. I'm not stirring. I'm even adding a little white. And when you like it, quit. Don't keep going and going and going and mix and mix and mix. Now you have to decide, are you going to stick with the same color scheme? If you're going to switch, you may want to go to the ballerina bathtub and just kind of rinse out your brush. I decided to not even rinse out my brush. I just gave my ballerina just a little bit of water, brought her to the drinking fountain. And now these are the few times that you need to slow down just a little bit. I'm actually using some watered down color to just go next to my hills there, just so I know that color's there. And now that I've got that part filled in, now I'm jamming salmon. I'm dipping in the white, I'm dipping in different colors, and I'm actually choosing to use a lot more white on this time just to make it a little bit more kind of like a pastel look. So I'm cruising along here using short brush strokes once again, making a little bit more of a muted sky. And I would like to add some clouds, but do not do fake clouds. Oh, please, those are not real. In real life, they're going to be just a little bit more wispy, and those are faster anyway. If you look at this painting by Claude Monet and you look in the background, that's a painting of his wife, Camille. If you look in the background, they literally look almost like Scribble Scrabble, don't they? But then when you back away from the painting once again, all of a sudden your eyeballs say, oh yeah, I believe those are clouds. Your mind doesn't even question it. So you're going to be doing the same thing. And if you add detail, remember, when you go close in, you should be able to be a color detective and spot, aha, I see exactly what colors he used. Now, when we have light up in the sky like clouds, you're going to want to add the reflection. I'm adding just a little bit of white here and there. I also, because I have yellow up in my sky, I'm adding just a little bit of yellow into my water so it looks like my water is reflecting what's above. Now here, once again, I'm having to make the final decision of how I'm going to color in my landform and what colors. I actually moved to another station. I didn't even rinse out my brush. I just dipped my ballerina. I didn't stir. I just dipped it in there. And now I'm being a little careful to make sure that I have a nice solid line, kind of where my lines were, just so that I can really see where my landform is and my horizon line. Now I'm even adding a little bit of white just for a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of shine, and again, once again, to reflect the light that is up in the clouds. Now, when we finish, Cleanup has been a little scary. We definitely don't have our routine down yet. So let me go over this carefully. When it's time to clean up, everyone must stop painting and clean. You're going to have a lot of issues. You're going to have crayons and paintbrushes and paint and finished artwork and idea sheets and dirty hands and a badge. Well, these tubs are your helper. Do you see the big section? The big section is where you're going to put your badge. The big section. The big section is where you're going to put the badge. The crayons are going to go in one of the tiny ones. If you notice there's already crayons in one side of it, use that side for the crayons. Your brushes are not going to go bristle side down. That would be terrible. You're going to take those dirty ballerina brushes, bristle side up, and put them there so that Miss Adriana and I can grab them and clean them. Once those supplies are done, your desk should be looking much better already, except for the fact that you need to bring your art over to me. Then you're going to wipe your hands with the wipes that are at your desk. There's no reason for you to be walking around. You're going to clean that up. You're going to stand up. You're going to take off your smock, and you're going to put it on your chair. I hope you can remember these details today. Have fun.